Hi, in this video I'm showing you a game from Russian Superfinal in round 1 against between Motylev and Fedoseev. And the last move in the position, of course, was bishop h5. Bishop was on e8, and white had to make a decision. Does he want to take on h5 or does he want to do something else? In the game he took on h5, but the best move here was to just play f3. And one of possible variations for black would be to play knight f5, and this seems like a bad move because it allows a fork with g4, which is, by the way, the best move for white because h4 is hanging. But then there is this forced variation, more or less, queen g1, and now if he goes to d2, I think that there is a move like knight d4, or just takes on h4 with rook f2 next. Yes, I think that knight h4 is a really strong move because you cannot defend f2 square, because if he plays rook h2, then you have knight f3 and you capture a rook. If he goes to f1 here, black can give a check. If king d2, then bishop g5, and now they repeat moves. In case of king c2, if he wants to escape, then knight d4 is losing a queen for white. So if they repeat, if you capture on h4 to avoid repetition, black goes for queen g3, and after queen f2, you take on d3, and now both rooks are under attack. If white takes on f5, then rook takes rook b2, and you first take on c3, take the queen, and you have a bunch of pawns for this material disbalance. And also, white's king is very, very unsafe, so black is doing just fine. More than fine, actually. And that would lead to a draw, because after bishop h4, you don't take, you don't do anything drastic, you just go back to d2. And black is also forced to repeat, and you go back. And it would end up in a draw, but white instead played queen h5, and this is the point of black's last move. He took on f2, king d1, and now queen g1. I don't know if this is blundered by Motylev, but it seems like a simple variation for a GM of 2600. And now black is simply an exchange up in this position. Black's king is still a bit exposed, but it's nothing that cannot be handled. He plays rook f7 to defend h7, knight d4, attacking both b7 and d6. Maybe white was hoping that this attack would work out for him in the end, but because he didn't see that far. Black plays king h8. I think that here even something like this would be good. Take on e5 and rook c8, creating a counter attack on c3, and that would pretty soon be an end of the game. But even king h8 is good in this position, making sure that king is not under fire on g-file. He takes on b7, and now a very cute move, bishop f8, attacking both rook and a queen. And now white is practically forced to give up a queen for 2 pieces. But White's king is just too exposed and he cannot save this game. Rook e6. He goes back, and now all sorts of threats like rook f8 with or rook b8 are coming. He tries to create some fortress, but it's not working out for White. Threatening queen d4. Now he just has to wait for these checks to stop. And now if White plays something like this, then queen e3 is very strong, attacking on c3, and if knight e2 happens, you always have a triple attack on bishop, rook, and the knight. And now it's not possible to defend them all, because if rook defends a bishop, it leaves the knight on e2 undefended. So that's why he left his pawn on c3. Rook takes c3, and after bishop e6, White is just running out of checks. After king e4, White just resigned because there are no more checks, and next move of Black's is going to be fatal for White, because queen e3 is coming with rook c1. Let's just show something. Let's say he plays bishop g8. There's just a forced mate on the board. And that's it. If you want to check out the whole game, I will send the PGN in the description so you can check out the opening. And that's it. Have a good day and see you.